Hello, YouTube.
I am
Dallas
Tyrion,
Gamer here with
heir
another
of
Total War
Anarion.
Warhammer
The
3.
Asa Navy
And yes, I
stands
got the
ever
DLC, all
vigilant.
of it. So the latest DLC is all about Slanesh in terms of Chaos Faction. But what else I did enjoy is the rework for the High Elves and the Norska. Now here, I'm gonna try out the High Elf, especially the new Legendary Lord, Sea Lord Iceland, I think that's how it's pronounced, or Island. I'm very terrible at names, so bear with me. But I really wanted to try out the High Elves because his mechanic seems very interesting, and more importantly, the Legendary Lord himself, he is super aggressive for an High Elf, and to me, I really like that. In my opinion, he's more aggressive than the other High Elves, such as Tyrion, which is the main character of the High Elves, and of course the Dragon High Elves. Even the stealthiest High Elf guy, keep forgetting their names, but even he. All right, this new Legendary Lord looks more aggressive than the stealth guy, the stealth, the dragon, and the main character Tyrion, and the Wizard High Elves as well. So yeah, in my opinion, he's like the most aggressive out of all the high elves, and in his lore, it actually backs this up.
The
He actually
waters
burns
do
a
what
couple
they
of
will
human cities,
and
all
yield
because
to
of bad
no one,
apples. So pirates trying to attack
except
Uthwan,
to
which is
those
the
whose
high
will
elves'
can
homeland.
conquer them.
Uthwan is basically Atlantis. It's in the middle of the Atlantis
Veiled
Ocean.
in
When you look
mists,
at the
a
Warhammer
sword
Fantasy
that cuts
map,
the roiling
you could tell that's
waters.
inspired by Weird World,
Iceland,
of our map.
sea-born
So
servant of
yeah,
the
Oath
fierce
One
king
is
of
basically
Ulthuan,
Atlantis, and it's literally in the Atlantis Ocean where the High Elves lives, and
master
that's their
of the
homeland.
tides
And
and
Sea Lord
America's
Iceland, the
seamen.
new DLC High Elf, he is super aggressive, super protective of his homeland.
For
And me
those who
playing as him
dare
as a player,
oppose him,
I honestly
he'll leave
enjoy
them
this
ruined in
legendary
his
lord.
wake.
Matter of fact, this legendary lord feels like you're actually protecting your homeland, and not to mention in the game, it actually rewards you for doing such thing. So in the game, as you can see right here, of me
Those
trying
who
out the
dare
new
defile
DLC
Ulthuan
character,
shall see neither
I really did
mercy nor
enjoy
future.
playing as him, and the in-game reward system. It actually rewards you for going back to your homeland
Mist
and
maid,
actually destroying all
hear the
faction
sea's
that's
soothing
non-high
chime.
elves. I repeat, non-high
Battle
elves. So
stations,
you as a high elf naval commander, you're supposed to protect your fellow high elf faction. At first, it's gonna start rocky the relationship,
slay
as you
them.
can see in the probably in the gameplay of me looking at diplomacy. Well, eventually you'll see it. I'm not sure if I recorded myself looking at the diplomacy, but in the very beginning, it starts off rocky. But once you try out his new mechanic, which is colonizing and establishing
The
outposts
Asa
for your
are
fellow
better
high elves,
suited to govern here.
the relationship with your high elves is going to skyrocket to the point where they want to
Aisling,
trade with you and form military alliance with you. And of course,
the
yes,
navy
you could
demands
colonize,
fresh
but
recruits.
colonizing in this game is as this brand new legendary lord is very I want to say tricky. It's not that complicated to understand, but it's beneficial and more better to just simply establish outposts and let your fellow high elf faction, get the land for themselves instead of you. And when you establish outposts, is way better because you get more money, more resources in order to build your army
The sea
and get higher
patrol
tier
needs
armies very
augmentation.
fast. Not to mention, doing some upgrades. And in my opinion, this mechanics, his unique mechanics, is way better and, in my opinion, refreshing. It's a little bit
Master of
complicated than
mists,
playing the regular High Elf, which is Tyrion. I know I keep saying High Elf, but Tyrion, which is the most
another
basic and the
deserved
most
victory. What news?
starter friendly faction.
Commendable
When you
craftsmanship.
play as him, he's very straightforward. Playing as Sea Lord Iceland, which is the new DLC of High Elf, his gameplay mechanic is, I'll definitely say it's definitely complicated, but not too complicated. In my in matter of fact, it's kind of easier to understand, and the game helps it. So in my opinion, they did a fantastic job of giving you some indicators and giving you some heads up of what's how the things works in terms of his mechanics in order to not get lost in the sauce. And in my opinion, it works fine. It works perfectly, and more importantly, it's fun. In my opinion, it's fun. So me playing as a legendary lord that's all about navy and it's all about protecting your little donut island as a high elf, and expanding the territory of your fellow high elf faction. In my opinion, it felt fun. It felt awesome, and to my surprise, this new legendary lord, when you max out his, well, not max out, but level him up to 20 when he starts getting animals to ride on. To my surprise, he actually ends up getting a star dragon. I repeat, a star dragon. That actually blew my mind because there's already another legendary lord of High Elf that does have a star dragon. It's not the Tyrion one, it's the one that specializes in dragons. And Tyrion, when you level him up, he ends up getting a horse, basic horse. But that actually surprised me because he's all about the navy, all about sea creatures, and I assume he was gonna be mounted on a sea creature, but no, he ends up mounting on a dragon, which to me that's perfectly fine, and in my opinion that's way better, way better. But I do love the sea creatures, and I'll feature here in this video in a bit when I try out his late game stuff. But I do enjoy playing as this new legendary lord, and I do enjoy the new units, especially the mist wizard. That's all about creating mist and doing like weird water-based magic, but offensively, of course. And this legendary lord, I love his mechanic. I love how you're basically being a true protector of your fellow high elf faction. And I kind of find that ironic because if you think about it, guys, the high elf faction as a whole, majority of their leaders, they're basically aggressive male, dominant fighting force. Especially the basic high elf leader Tyrion. Tyrion, he's already a badass, but the Sea Lord Iceland, he's, in my opinion, he's more aggressive and more unique and adds flavor to the high elf faction as a whole. Um, in my personal opinion, I rather play Empire or Norska or the other human factions than playing as the High Elf, because in my opinion, the High Elf is basically the most vanilla, generic, a little bit boring faction out of all the goody two shoe factions. Me personally, I rather prefer the Empire, especially Karl France. He's such a Chad. But this new DLC Legendary Lord, Sea Lord Iceland, he definitely added flavor to the High Elves. So it's no longer feel like pure vanilla. It definitely feels like you sprinkle vanilla with other flavors thanks to Sea Lord Iceland. And me, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. So yeah, that's basically all I gotta say. And sorry if I um, keep saying High Elf a lot in this video, but what I'm trying to get at is that I'm enjoying this DLC leader, and in my opinion, it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. But it will be even more worth it if you manage to get the other DLC high elf factions. Because keep in mind, the DLCs they do stack on top of each other in terms of context and other stuff. So trust me, this DLC leader is definitely worth getting, but my recommendation, get the other DLC leaders for the high elves in order to enjoy the most out of it. Similar with the Empire. The Empire, in case if you guys didn't know, when you get the other DLCs factions for the Empire, they do stack on top of each other and they do add context in terms of overall. So yeah, and that's all I gotta say, guys. And please leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your opinion on this new DLC leader, especially for the high elves. As I stated, I kind of viewed the elves a little generic, a little boring, but this guy he definitely added flavor to the high elf, and in my opinion, I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot to the point where I'm honestly kind of addicted to playing as him. He definitely add some flavor and interesting. He made the elves more interesting to the twist. So yeah, guys, that's all I gotta say. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll definitely read them. And don't forget to like and subscribe, all that jazz.
These
Cal
stallions
Dallas Gamer over and out.